Welcome back to the Porky Post. Today, we're diving into the dark side of the culinary world with 15 illegal foods from around the globe. Some of these will leave you absolutely shocked. Number 1. Horse meat. In the United States, horse meat is a no-go. Why? It's all about ethics and cultural norms. Horses are seen as companions, not cuisine. But in countries like France and Japan, it's a delicacy. The U.S. Congress has even banned funding for horse slaughterhouse inspections, making it practically impossible to produce horse meat legally. In contrast, in parts of Europe, horse meat is considered lean and nutritious, often used in sausages and steaks. Number 2. Haggis. Scotland's national dish haggis is banned in the U.S. since 1971. The reason? It contains sheep lung, which the USDA considers unfit for human consumption. Sheep lung can carry harmful bacteria and pose health risks. Despite this, haggis is a beloved dish in Scotland, traditionally made with sheep's heart, liver and lungs mixed with oatmeal and spices, all encased in a sheep's stomach. It's served during Burns Night to celebrate the poet Robert Burns. Imagine missing out on such a cultural staple. Number 3. Kinder Surprise eggs. These chocolate eggs with a toy inside are illegal in the U.S. due to choking hazards. The FDA has strict rules against embedding non-edible items in food. The fine for importing these treats can be as high as $2,500 per egg. In Europe, however, they are a childhood favorite, with kids eagerly collecting the toys inside. The U.S. has since allowed a modified version called Kinder Joy, where the toy is separated from the chocolate. Safety first, but still fun. Number 4. Absinthe. This high-proof spirit is banned in many countries including the United States due to its hallucinogenic properties. The key culprit? Thujone, a chemical compound found in wormwood. Absinthe was infamous in the 19th century for allegedly driving people mad, even though modern science debunks most of these claims. While it's partially legalized in the United States with strict Thujone limits, the real deal remains banned in many places. In countries like France and Switzerland, absinthe has made a comeback, celebrated for its complex flavors and storied history. But remember, drink responsibly, folks. Number 5. Casu marzu. Sardinia's infamous maggot cheese is illegal in the European Union. The live insect larvae that ferment the cheese pose serious health risks, including the potential for intestinal infections. Despite this, locals consider it a delicacy, savoring the creamy texture and pungent flavor. The cheese is made from sheep's milk and left to ferment until it becomes infested with maggots. It's an acquired taste, to say the least, and definitely not for the faint of heart. Number 6. Fugu. This Japanese pufferfish is banned in the European Union and several other countries due to its deadly toxins. The liver, ovaries, and skin contain tetrodotoxin, a poison that can paralyze and kill. Chefs in Japan undergo rigorous training and certification to prepare it safely. In Japan, fugu is considered a high-risk, high-reward delicacy, often served as sashimi or in hot pots. One wrong cut and it's game over. Would you dare to try it? Number 7. Ackee Fruit. Jamaica's national fruit is banned in the United States due to its hypoglycin toxins, which can cause severe vomiting and even death if not prepared correctly. Only the ripe, properly cooked fruit is safe to eat. In Jamaica, ackee is a staple, often paired with saltfish for a traditional breakfast dish. The fruit must open naturally on the tree before it's harvested to ensure it's safe. It's a risky but beloved part of Jamaican cuisine. Number 8. Beluga caviar. In the United States, beluga caviar is illegal to import due to the endangered status of the beluga sturgeon. Overfishing and habitat destruction have pushed these majestic fish to the brink. Beluga caviar is one of the most luxurious and expensive foods in the world, prized for its delicate flavor and large pearls. Conservation efforts are underway to protect the species, but for now, American caviar enthusiasts will have to look elsewhere. Number 9. Raw milk. In many United States states and countries like Canada, the sale of raw milk is illegal. Why? The lack of pasteurization means it can harbor dangerous bacteria like E. coli, Listeria, and Salmonella. Despite the health risks, some proponents argue that raw milk has superior taste and nutritional benefits. In the United States, the sale of raw milk is regulated at the state level, with some states allowing it under strict conditions and others banning it outright. Meanwhile, in many parts of Europe, raw milk is sold freely in markets and vending machines. It's a controversial topic that pits tradition against modern food safety standards. Number 10. Sassafras oil. Once a popular ingredient in root beer, sassafras oil is now banned in the US because it contains safrole, a compound linked to liver damage and cancer. The FDA banned sassafras oil in the 1960s after studies showed its carcinogenic effects. Modern root beers use artificial flavorings or saffrool-free sassafras extract to mimic the original taste. While the ban is based on health concerns, some herbalists still use sassafras in small quantities for its traditional medicinal properties. It's a reminder that not all natural ingredients are safe. Number 11. Ortolan bunting. This tiny songbird is illegal to eat in the European Union due to its endangered status. But in France, Ortolan bunting is a traditional, albeit controversial, delicacy that's often eaten whole, bones and all. The bird is typically drowned in armagnac before being roasted. Diners traditionally cover their heads with a napkin to savor the aroma and hide their act from God. The French government has cracked down on the practice, but it persists in underground circles. It's a secretive and morally complex part of French gastronomy. Number 12. Redfish. In the US, commercial fishing of redfish is banned to protect the species from overfishing. However, it's still a popular catch-and-release sport fish. Redfish, also known as red drum, were nearly wiped out in the 1980s due to high demand. Conservation efforts have helped their populations recover, but commercial harvesting remains restricted. In the Gulf of Mexico, redfish are a prized catch for recreational anglers, and they're often released to ensure the species' sustainability. Number 13. Shark fins. Shark fin soup is a delicacy in many Asian countries, but it's illegal in places like California, Hawaii, and several other US states. The brutal practice of finning, where sharks are caught, their fins are cut off, and the rest of the shark is discarded back into the ocean to die, has led to widespread bans. Shark populations have been devastated by this practice, and many species are now endangered. The bans aim to protect these vital apex predators and maintain marine ecosystem balance. In some places, alternative ingredients are used to mimic the texture of shark fin in soups, but the traditional practice is heavily frowned upon. Number 14. Foie gras. This luxurious French delicacy made from the liver of force-fed ducks or geese is banned in several places, including California and India, due to animal cruelty concerns. The force-feeding process, known as gavage, is seen as inhumane by many animal rights activists. Despite the bans, foie gras remains a symbol of culinary sophistication in many parts of the world, particularly in France, where it's often served during festive occasions. Some producers are experimenting with more humane methods of production, but the controversy continues to rage. Number 15. Bushmeat. In many African countries, bushmeat or wild animal meat is a traditional food source. However, it's illegal in the US and many other countries due to the risk of zoonotic diseases like Ebola. The importation and sale of bushmeat are strictly prohibited to prevent the spread of these diseases. In regions where bushmeat is consumed, it's often a crucial source of protein and cultural heritage. However, the practice also poses significant conservation challenges, as many of the animals hunted for bushmeat are endangered. It's a complex issue that intertwines health, culture, and conservation. And there you have it, 15 illegal foods from around the world. Did any of these shock you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing content from the Porky Post.